Hey, that's a lot of Bollotta. Hi, friends, and welcome to another episode of BollottaFide, your one and only pod for events and entertainment. I'm Anthony Bollotta.
And I'm Alexia Cristina Postolidis.
Well, hello, Alexia Cristina Postolidis.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm okay. I am okay. You know, I did a little bit of doom scrolling today on I believe it was YouTube was the forum I was on. And I happened across a young woman, a baker, who had baked this beautiful cake, beautiful wedding cake, and was retelling the story of her bringing this cake to the wedding venue and setting it up and having the bride, angry bride, walk over to her as she's setting it up and says to her, "That's not what I paid for. That's not what I ordered. I'm not paying for this cake." Ooh. Well, the way that she retells the story of the baker and how she handled that and how calmly she produced her contract to the woman and reminded her of all the texts that they had about the cake, which was, again, exquisite, really beautiful cake. Couldn't get the woman to see her way. The woman calls security on this baker, wants the baker thrown out. Security tries to throw her out, and the woman is taking her cake with her.
Yes,
right?
Of course.
Security wants her to leave the cake because the bride is saying, "No, that's my cake." Well, the baker finally gets it resolved and gets out of there with her cake. She had a deposit, but she didn't have full payment. And my heart went out to her,
Yes.
all the hours, all of the effort putting that beautiful. And when I say it was probably 5 or 6 tiers, it was not a small cake by any stretch of the imagination.
There's so much love and dedication that goes into a creation like that, too.
And the gall to come out and expressly say you're not going to pay for something when you've planned it with somebody, paid a deposit. I mean, look, if the cake wasn't what she ordered, I'm telling you, it was exquisite. So you just take it and then you resolve that later.
Exactly.
You say it wasn't exactly what we ordered. But to say, keep the cake here, but I'm not going to pay for it, that's downright unethical.
It is unethical. And the fact that she was willing to ruin and put a dark spot on one of the most important days of your life, it's a little sad.
Yeah, I really don't understand it. It takes a certain kind of business person to do a cake. You have to, you're involved in somebody's business, right? It's a very personal thing, deciding on a cake for a wedding. And so you become engrossed in people's lives. You get to know them because that's how you do the best job that you can do. So this just feels like a slap in the face to me.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, in my head, the bride had that planned.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Well, the reason why I bring up this baker is part of our Tipsy today, which we'll have for you in just a few moments, a new one.
And a cocktail.
Newly twisted by our own in-house flavorologist, Alexia the Greek.
Designed to help you navigate your mood and improve your cocktail game.
And who doesn't need that? But first, the word of the week. Words. The more you know, the better you communicate.
And the better your chance of getting others to listen and care.
That's right. The word of the week is hubris.
Ooh, hubris. Spell it.
Hubris. Hubris.
Okay.
Hubris.
Define it.
Hubris. Overconfident or having excessive pride. Hubris.
Now define it in a sentence correctly.
I will now define it in a sentence correctly. Good grief, mate. That clown's hubris reminds me that confidence over competence can be a scary thing indeed. Hubris.
I like that.
Thank you. Do you know who I was referring to?
No, who?
Think about it.
Oh, yes.
Now tell us what you think of the word of the week. Leave a comment below, like, subscribe, hit that notification button. We're waiting for you to do it all. We'll be back with our Tipsy. get tipsy. My tipsy today is about integrity. I spend a lot of time thinking about it, the quality of being honest or having strong moral principles. It isn't required by law. You can't be jailed simply for not having integrity. You can't not become president of the U.S. or any other nation. It isn't even explicitly mentioned in the U.S. Constitution. Sometimes I wonder if I make much ado about doing the right thing. After all, I'm an old cat who's had some time to make mistakes and time to understand and come to terms with why I did make those mistakes and then make course corrections. One of those mistakes was made in the 7th grade because I needed attention. In high school, I needed the money. As a young, jilted lover, I needed satisfaction. I came to realize that need was not a reason for my actions, not even to the point of desperation. And I decided there and then to hold myself accountable for my actions and my words. It wasn't easy. I'm Italian and I'm a Scorpio. When I felt deeply hurt, I felt deeply justified. But I'm also someone who holds highly the ideals of integrity. I had to remind myself more than once that feeling justified was actually no justification at all, and that acting on it would eventually just turn to regret, at very least. I share all this because I don't want to believe that humans are innately bereft of integrity. I'd rather believe that people are more like I tended to be, apt to lose their sense of integrity upon feeling some level of desperation or justification. I'd also like to believe that the fact that courses on integrity are currently being offered both online and in classrooms proves that not only can it be taught, there's a market for it. With that in mind, I'd like to spend the remainder of my tipsy time sharing a few of the innumerable quotes about integrity captured throughout time that bring home the meaning of integrity for me, with the hope that they will spark something for you. The first quote is from George Eliot, who said, "Our deeds determine us as much as we determine our deeds." That's a good one, I think. I interpret it as a reminder that we are measured by our actions and our words, despite whatever justification we feel for those actions and words. If your immediate response to being called out for something you do or say is to point your finger at someone else, it's a quote you might think about. Second quote from C.S. Lewis. "Integrity is doing the right thing even when no one is watching." Yeah, I see the wisdom there. It's easy to think that gratification comes from others, and maybe some of it does. But the real pleasure and strength is in proving to yourself you're able to do the right thing for no other reason than to do the right thing. If you are constantly shining a light on your contributions, perhaps it's time to figure out why. And number 3, honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom, said Thomas Jefferson. And wow, is there a lot to unpack there. But let's start with this. It's true, because we actually know very little with any certainty at all. Life itself is a mystery. It's set up that way. If it wasn't, we wouldn't live it with the urgency and civility that we do. But under the shroud of mystery, truth is calming and clarity is kind. Thank you, Brené Brown. If you're unable to deal with truth, you cannot know the wisdom and calm clarity that come from practicing honesty. It's as simple as that. As I mentioned, there are many more inspirational quotes about integrity. There are also online courses. And of course, there's the Better Business Bureau for business owners who practice integrity on a daily basis in their business. While you're not breaking any laws by not having any integrity, I urge you to consider beefing up your relationship with it nonetheless, if for no one else than for yourself. And that's my tipsy. Hey, thank you for joining us on BollottaFide.
If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button.
Well, here we are at our Tipsy Cart with our favorite flavorologist, Alexia. What are you cooking on the cart for us today?
We're going to have something a little fun, a little spicy.
Uh-oh.
right? I hope your taste buds are ready.
Spicy.
We're making a mustard Bloody Mary.
Oh.
So we have some really fun ingredients. Normally when I have a Bloody Mary, it is with vodka, but today we are going to make it with a mustard gin. So our sponsor today, brought to us by the fabulous man, Mr. Mixology, Michael Bolme, and we're going to be using James Gin Mustard Gin. James Gin is a premium gin crafted for those who appreciate exceptional quality, refined taste, and modern sophistication. Combining carefully selected botanicals with expert distillation, James Gin delivers a smooth, distinctive spirit that celebrates craftsmanship, creativity, and memorable experiences. James Gin, a contemporary approach to timeless gin making.
Sounds beautiful.
Yes.
All right, James, let's see what you got.
Let's see. I mean, this was my first time working with a mustard gin. So,
okay.
All right. So we are going to start with, and we're going to do a different technique. You're noticing I'm not using the shaker. We do not want to aerate the Bloody Mary mix and have it become foamy. That's not very pleasant to look at. Oh. So we are going to roll this drink.
Roll.
We're going to roll it. So that's
I've never heard of rolling a drink before.
See?
I've heard of rolling other things, but never rolling a drink.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
is that Bloody Mary mix?
This is Bloody Mary mix. You can use kind of whatever you want. This is Tres Agaves. I like this one.
Okay.
All right. And I am making 2 servings, and you see we have short glasses, not the traditional tall glasses. But we're doing that because I wouldn't be able to make 3 at once.
Is this just like a spicy tomato juice?
It's got a lot of different qualities in there. It has a lot of things. It has lemon. It has a lot of the things that we're already using in it. It's actually quite good. So we have a cup for 2 servings. So it's a cup of Bloody Mary mix. Okay. And then we're going to use, again, about a half a lemon per serving. So this is a whole lemon squeezed right there, fresh.
Okay.
Okay. You have some Worcestershire sauce.
So, forgive me, you're making 2.
Yes.
But we're putting it in 3 half
Correct.
glasses.
Yes. Because if I did it traditionally, we'd be using the tall glasses. But this isn't going to fit 3 servings.
Okay.
So we're going to do.
And quite literally, we don't need 3 big glasses.
No, we don't. So you just use a couple of dashes of the Worcestershire sauce per serving. So there's about 4 in there.
And the real game is to say Worcestershire after you've had a few of these.
Yes. But even without saying it, I say Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Shire.
And we're going to make it a little spicy, so a couple of dashes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. And again,
that is Tabasco?
That's Tabasco, and you're going to do that to taste.
I
like being
smell
spicy.
The Tabasco.
Okay. We're also going to add 2 tablespoons of olive brine. Some people use pickle. I am team olive. I'm in the olive camp.
Okay.
I like olive brine to it.
Pickle instead of the olive. Some people use pickles.
Some use pickles. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just love the taste of olives.
You know, when I was in Ohio last, I had pickle pizza.
Okay. Was that good? Everything is pickle these days.
I don't know if it belongs on a pizza. I'm just saying. But you got to try it. You got to try everything once. That's why I'm here at this Tipsy Cart.
Or if you're a person of the 80s, you try everything twice because you don't believe in first impressions.
That's right.
So we did.
I never do anything twice.
So I'm being so good. About 6 twists of freshly ground pepper.
Twists of pepper. I've never heard it put that way.
Twists of pepper.
A twist of pepper, a roll of a drink.
This is one of the best ingredients. This is prepared horseradish as opposed to creamed horseradish. This is stronger and tastes better. So I'm going to use for two, I'm going to use just a little dollop, nice little healthy serving there, but not too much. Okay.
I usually only have horseradish on my prime rib when I have prime rib, which is rare. I don't like it rare, but it is rare when I eat it.
It has to be rare.
I know.
It has to be rare. Okay. And we are going to do 5 ounces of gin, okay? Because we've got a lot of flavors in here. There's no other alcohols in here. We really want this to shine.
Okay. 5 of those.
Mm-hmm.
That was
so
number
2.5 per
serving.
So we're on 3.
Now, I do want to get a sniff of that gin.
Now I lost my count. That was 5.
That was
Was 4? That was
5.
4.
That was
that 5? That was 5. Yes,
that
it was.
5.
It was.
I can only count to 5, so.
1. Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, I smell the mustard. I do. I smell the
mustard, isn't it? It's subtle.
Very subtle.
Okay.
It smells like a yellow mustard, too, to be honest with you.
Whoops.
Okay, so.
I'm going to give a little bit of a stir, and I just
No, I think
Bloody
you're
Mary
fine.
myself.
It's okay.
Okay, and then we're going to roll it. So we're going to do this about 8 to 10 times.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. Bloody Mary rolling. Oh. Now, will you strain the ice out or will you leave it in?
Yeah, we're going to strain it out. Okay, we're going to do 2 more.
Wow. I can smell the drink.
Okay. This is where our little strainer comes in handy. Okay, this one's a little bit smaller than my one at home, so we're going to see if I can do this.
Always complaining about the size of the strainer.
Okay.
That does look delicious. It looks like a brunch treat. Just waiting.
Not quite done either. We're going to add a little more pepper.
Oh, and we have some.
And we have some garnish.
Garnish for that. I'm going to put this glass over here.
I know that there are some places you can go and you can get an entire meal on a Bloody Mary. I'm kind of simple when it comes to it. I want my celery.
You know, I trust your garnish, but I have to say I'm not one of those people that trusts everybody's garnish.
Well, and I do like some bacon in my Bloody Mary. That's always a nice thing.
Cooked bacon, I hope.
Of course. We're going to do it just a little topper, another little spritz.
Oh, you're going to spice this out.
Mustard, and then we each get our little olives.
Little gin-soaked olive. Nobody ever minded a gin-soaked olive before.
Okay, and that's for you.
That's for you.
And that's for you, sir.
Thank you.
And this is for me.
This is going to be a delight.
I hope so.
Cheers.
Cheers.
She's turning me into an alcoholic.
Well, you know, I have a goal. A girl's got a dream.
Mm. So smooth.
Like it? Do you taste the mustard?
A little bit on the back.
Yes,
end.
It'll get you on the back end.
I do taste the mustard on the back end. Again, you could push me over that there's gin in this drink. I cannot taste the gin. And again, I'm somebody who doesn't like the taste of alcohol. So not tasting it is
It's good.
a positive, right?
I was worried too because we're using more gin. We don't usually do 2.5 shots of the main alcohol, but because there's no other alcohols in it, it wasn't going to hurt it.
Very good. Very delicious. And gin is not something that I would even gravitate to if I was a drinker. It's not something that I know. It's not a kind of liquor that that I'm familiar with. So you just made me a gin drinker.
Yay.
James Gin.
James Gin.
Enjoy your drink. Cheers.
Cheers.
And we'll see you on the next Tipsy Go Round. Hey, thank you for listening to Bollotta-FIDE.
If you haven't already, please like and subscribe.
And remember to leave us your questions or comments at Bollotta.com/podcast.
BollottaFide is a production of Bollotta Entertainment.
Hey, that's a lot of Bollotta. Stay engaging.